Now, over the years, there's no doubt about it that Star Wars has been very hit and miss under Disney and Lucasfilm, especially run by Kathleen Kennedy, where we saw everything of what happened with the sequels, right? With The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, The Rise of Skywalker. A lot of those movies were hit and miss. The Force Awakens set things up, The Last Jedi really did not agree with a lot of people, and The Rise of Skywalker tried to create itself as a band-aid for The Last Jedi, essentially. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, of course, there are a lot of controversies out there within the Star Wars fandom based on what Kathleen Kennedy has done over the past couple of years, and looking back, I think that the most successful and the most accepted project under the Kathleen Kennedy era of Star Wars is, well, Rogue One: A Star Wars Story. There's no doubt about that. You know, it's such a highly well-made movie by Gareth Edwards. He did a fantastic job. And not just that, it was very much, you know, staying in spirit with the original trilogy style. So, where we are today, alright, there's a lot of things that are being shifted around, right? With Bob Iger now taking over as the Disney CEO, and Bob Chapek out, there's a lot of changes coming our way. He wants to focus more so on movies eventually, rather than TV shows, which honestly I think is great and all, because I think that Star Wars belongs in the theaters, and I do, you know, understand that there are a handful of people out there that really, you know, can't afford to see, you know, these movies sometimes when they have a very large family. So sometimes subscriptions do work for the better for certain individuals. Now, with that being said and all, what's even all the more intriguing about everything of what's been going on is that, of course, since Star Wars Legends is now getting resurrected by Disney to be used in the upcoming canon material for the franchise, it's noted, however, in a recent interview that Favreau took part in, he went on to discuss about something that he believes is going to divide the community and will create much controversy on the internet. Favreau went on to say the following: "Well, look, nowadays we live on the internet and we can openly express our feelings to anyone. So this gives us a more accurate representation of how our projects are received to the overall community. The one thing that myself and Dave had creative differences with was with Leslie Headland's project, The Acolyte. We feel that this series is going to be an acquired taste and will create some division within the fandom. Yes, we believe it will divide fans in a unique way that you may have never seen before, since it is going to tamper with the traditions and existence of the Sith, and more to do with the Jedi. I can confirm that Dave and myself were involved at one point on that project, lending our resources to try and use certain lore pieces and creative elements to be thrown in there, but it was a time-consuming project on our end." Now, let me just pause here quick of what Favreau is saying, is that he is seemingly confirming what we have been talking about for the past 3 months, of how Favreau and Filoni came on board of The Acolyte to fix things and patch things up, right? So, The Acolyte had a lot of problems. There were a lot of setbacks that were being, you know, put into play by Kathleen Kennedy. She kept on, you know, firing co-writers and some directors here and there. Building sets, you know, taking down sets that would cost Disney like hundreds of thousands of dollars, by the way, I must add. So the production of this show was a nightmare. It was a production nightmare for Disney, and that's exactly why they kept giving Kathleen Kennedy ultimatums, right? They kept giving her ultimatums about, you know, deadlines, and if you don't do this, or if you don't get this done on this X amount of time, we're gonna have to do this. And Disney kept on warning her, and that's basically what put those deadlines, or those setbacks, I should say, to an end. So now The Acolyte is officially filming. The thing that worries me, though, is that Favreau is confirming here that The Acolyte will be an acquired taste among the fans. It's going to be a show that will divide the fandom. And it's going to be a type of division, he confirms, that will be very unique. So this could very well be, guys, like a division that we have never seen before, like Favreau is teasing here. It may very well be a division that is very different than what The Last Jedi caused. And that's what really worries me, right? The unknown. What kind of division can we expect? Is it really going to be a massive type of problem? Is it going to be more of a small-scale problem where it's only going to divide a small percentage of fans? We're not quite sure. The only thing that Favreau did put out there is that this show will be an acquired taste and it will divide the fandom. To what degree, we're not quite sure. Now, this, of course, he's able to confirm because he was involved with the Acolyte series to an extent for about 1 month, alright? And he confirms that it was a very time-consuming project, and that's one of the main reasons why they left. Now, the thing about this, too, is that the Acolyte, by the way, you know, it's going to take place at the very end of the High Republic. So, that's 60 to 70, maybe even 80 years at max before Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And when you look at it like this, too, there's a lot of elements from Legends that are being disregarded by Leslie Headland. She wants nothing to do with Legends. She wants nothing to do with any of that. She's focusing on her own thing here. And that's, you know, kind of going into unknown territory, writing things on a blank canvas. So, on to the next thing that Favreau goes on to say. He goes on to say the following. I am not here to push down creators like Leslie Headland. I just want to make things known for fans. That the Acolyte is going to be something that you are going to have to adapt to, and that not every fan is going to like this. It's a very different tale in a sense that it changes some core things with the philosophy of Star Wars that George spawned decades ago into this world that we just cherish so very much. It's a question I get asked all the time about the Acolyte, and so here is my answer for you all. So, Favreau also confirming that he's always confronted about the Acolyte. Even though he's not a main creator of the Acolyte, he's not even a main writer of the Acolyte, he has no control over the Acolyte. This is a Kathleen Kennedy-driven project, let's just be clear. Favreau did, however, like I said before, helped out a little bit here and there. Now, the thing that does worry me is that, will this division be on a Last Jedi level? Favreau did not put that out there, and I think he didn't put it out there because, well, it's very likely that he's trying to respect Leslie as a person, because at the end of the day, these are all people, right? You don't want to put somebody down right on the spot like that. So, it could very well be a type of division on a Last Jedi level for all we know, or maybe it's not. But nonetheless, Favreau is really putting it out there that this is going to be a very big show that you're going to have to adapt to. And I think that's where this is going to be a show that really is going to be kind of a very unique scenario where some episodes may, you know, fit with people, some other episodes may draw people away. And it might be like a yo-yo show, where it goes up and down like a roller coaster, right? An emotional roller coaster where you're not quite sure how you feel about the series. You know, I think that at the end of the day, that's how I felt about The Rise of Skywalker as a movie. It really was an emotional roller coaster. It had its good moments, and it had its very bad moments. I mean, let's just be honest. That's how I felt. So, overall, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys have to say about all of this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No hiding from night to moon.